Hello. So I just wanted to give you a little update on some email things going on. We will be later this year making some changes to the email system to unify everyone and streamline some things. And we'll have more details about that around chapter to let you know what's going to be happening and how it'll be happening and what we'll be doing to help ease that process a little bit. But something I wanted to address for you quickly is that I have been getting a lot of questions for quite some time, and reasonable ones, about spam. Why do sometimes things I get from somewhere go to spam? Sometimes they don't go to spam. It could be from one of the high schools. It could be from just like Xfinity. It could be from just a person. And sometimes it'll go to spam and sometimes it won't. Spam filters are always a bit of, I don't want to say a mystery, but a mystery, because spam blocking and filtering technology, rules, processes are constantly evolving to keep up with the spam that keeps evolving. So the spam filtering companies are trying to stay ahead of that to keep some of these things out of your inbox. On the campus, we have reports that we receive every day that I get that show me how many viruses were blocked, how many known scams were blocked that didn't even go to the people. And then if there are questionable things, they'll get a report that says, hey, these things went to spam. And then beyond that report, there's also a spam folder on the computer which could have different things in it. So there's a certain level of spam that just is not allowed through. And all spam filters work kind of like this. There's certain things that just aren't allowed through. They just know these are bad things. There's another level of things that aren't being let through, but it might alert you about. And there's another level of things that make it through, but then your local software or email provider may say, this is questionable, I'm going to put it in the spam folder. So there's a lot of different layers of spam protection. And it's not always just, it's an email from this person, so it's good. It can be, yes, on that email sender's reputation, as the email systems define it, and it's going to be different for every email recipient how it perceives that reputation, because there are hundreds of different listing services. So that can be one. It can also be the server that the email is going through to get to you from that person. That server hosts more than just the email for that person. If spammers start using that server to send a lot of email, it will get a bad reputation. And now that person gets scooped up in there temporarily. And ultimately, then they're going to your spam for no reason you can perceive whatsoever. There's no rhyme or reason at your end. It can be the content of the email. It can be the subject line. It can be something in the body of the email that has started showing up in a lot of spam emails. And it just coincidentally happens to be a similar verbiage or link or something in that email that triggers it as it passes through any one of those layers, so it goes to your spam. But they'll send another email that same day and it'll go to your inbox, because that's going on the specific email message's reputation, as opposed to the email sender's reputation, or the email sender's host's reputation, or the email sender's host's server's reputation. Everything on the internet is reputation. You want to be popular on the internet? Get popular on the internet. And that's exactly the way email works. And each individual email is judged on its own. So yes, it's looking at the service that the sender uses, if they're AOL or MSN or Gmail or whatever. It's then looking at the individual user's account. It's then looking at the individual user's email content that it sent you in that message. It's then looking at the server that it came through from the sender. And Gmail, AOL, MSN all have multiple servers that they send email through depending on your account, and those servers can receive bad reputations. And all of those get checked as it's going down the pipe, as it is in the pipe, as it is exiting the pipe, and again when it gets to your inbox, it gets checked again. Some of your email providers here on the campus, we have another layer that we have put in between, where between here and here, so to speak, there's another one where we artificially push it through a service that checks if there are any known viruses, if there are any known dangerous links, if it's a known scam, and then it will make each of those 3 or 4 layer decisions on that, spit it out the other end, and then it will go through the final 2 checks at the recipient and at the inbox. So it is annoying. I agree. It is all done to protect you and your data. The list of emails that get blocked every day just coming into the campus because our tertiary, I guess, filtering system picks up something that wasn't picked up along here, that there was actually an active virus in the email, that it was an absolute known scam coming from a known scammer. All of those that get stripped off and I get notified about, the number just gets larger and larger and larger every day. And those are things that the system tries to strip out to not pester you with, that you don't have to filter through, because it knows there is no way, there's 0% chance that this is a valid email, and it's keeping viruses out of your computer, our system, all that kind of thing. So if you have any questions, please do give me a call. We can kind of walk through it, but know that we all know it's annoying. Even the people dealing with the technical aspects of it think it's annoying, because every time I don't receive an email, I dig through all those different layers to find out where did it stop, if it's an email that we have to have. It has become more and more important that at least every day or couple of days you check the spam folder in your inbox, and if you have a spam reporting service, that you check that every day or so, because the spammers are getting more intelligent, therefore the spam filters are having to make more guesses, and kind of temporarily block things that they want you to review before they drop them in your inbox. You'll notice if it puts something in your spam folder, typically all links in that email are disabled unless you move it back to your inbox. And that's the safety mechanism saying, look, I'm not positive, but this has the hallmarks of something that could be dangerous. So I'm going to disable everything in the email. If you believe it or know it to be safe, move it to your inbox and all that functionality comes back on. That's why it's doing that, because all of these checks have, as they've looked at it, somewhere along the line, one of those systems said, something's just put up my spidey sense. So I'm going to, at the end of the chain, shove this into the person's spam folder or into their spam report and get them to check it. But really, I kind of think there's something wrong here. So if you have a question, give me a call. Otherwise, we will have some news, like I said, around chapter time, of things we are going to do to try and streamline the email and more focus the control, so that instead of each of you having your own email service provider and us having to, track down reasons and logic for each of those things happening, we'll have one pipe. So maybe it'll be a little bit easier to identify if a spam problem or something starts happening, universally what's going on, instead of for each individual account, which is what everybody has now. So that's it. Thank you, and I will see you all at chapter.